It was created, I believe, originally for a very similar mission to what we have now, which was to support the libraries with additional funding and also to provide books for the public to purchase.
Oh, well, I've been involved with libraries in my professional career up in San Mateo County, and so I was very aware of friends groups. And so when my wife and I retired and we relocated into Los Altos, it was one of the first things I looked at for a volunteer opportunity.
2.5 years ago, I didn't know Friends of the Library was an entity. So until they told me that you could volunteer here. So, and I've noticed that many of my people in the circle of my friends don't know about it either. So I've spread the word around. I've told people what I do, and I enjoy doing it. We take all books, and a lot of people have brought their books here.
That I knew I wanted an activity that I could be outdoors, moving around, getting to meet people, and having a physical task to do, and that's the donations.
And it's fun. I like working with the books and the people and figuring out, how to do stuff.
We fulfill our mission, which is bringing in lots of people to the library, supporting the library with funding, offering programs that people from all over the place come to sign up for. We do these holiday sales at Christmas and Father's Day and whatever, Thanksgiving, and we have people who come specifically for those sales because they want those books. We definitely need more space for things like this. We need space for offices, conferences, gatherings. We have one conference room that fits about 100 people, and it's always booked. We also would love to have more space for Friends of the Library. Personally, we are really crammed in the space we're in, and we generate a lot of money and have a lot of volunteers, so we would like more of that. We give money to the library to buy the bestsellers that are in the front of the library. Those are books that you cannot reserve online. You cannot, unlike everything else in the library, so that if you walk in, you have a really good chance of getting the book you want. They're kept very current.
We accept the books from the people that are in Los Altos in the area, and then we box them up and send them to the library to be sorted.
The third way is through our Amazon sales, and that was started during the pandemic, and probably the way we raise the most money is our sales inside the library. It's called our ongoing sales.
We take the better books, the more valuable maybe, and the more pristine, high quality books, and they're put out on display, and they're available every day, all the time. So people can come in, pick that up, and purchase that book, and that generates a lot of sales.
Years ago, one of our volunteers, John, started to do a tally sheet. So every time we put boxes of books in for the sale, on the sheet we note how many there are and what category, and we have about 25 categories.
What we do is we take them out of the people's containers, whether it be a bag or a box or whatever. We put it on the table, and we try to put it on the table by sizes, and that makes it easier for us when we want to pack. We're looking for books that are resaleable. We don't try to save it or recondition it. So that would be one thing that we do look for, is a book that is not in reconditioned or resellable condition. We have certain bankers boxes that are all the same size, so we try to pack those as fully and solidly as we possibly can. So by using different sizes, and after a few weeks of this, it becomes pretty easy to figure out. You can put in so many books in a certain direction, and it fills the box up real nice. The other thing that frustrates me a little bit are the children's books, because they come in more sizes and shapes than any other books in the world.
We receive the books on Wednesday and Saturdays, and we box them into very broad categories that are then brought into the library, and there's people who do a much finer detail of putting them into different categories. Well, there's basically only three categories that we sort by. One would be cooking books, another would be children, and then the catch-all, everything else. There are some criteria in terms of English speaking, written material, and although we do take in non-English and then repurpose them over in the Palo Alto Library.
We have sales that we're involved with that happen on a quarterly basis.
For which we'll have about 50,000 books for sale. And we also sell videos and CDs and puzzles and other miscellaneous things.
And having gone to it in the past, I was really just impressed by the variety of different kinds of books that are available. And of course, you know, it's all a very reasonable expense and stuff, and goes to a good cause.
And the books are laid out, of course, and then there's I believe that there's a recommended price to start, and then people just walk by and they just put down what they want, and then at the close, whoever has the last person is usually the one with the highest bid. They're the ones that get the books.
As a buyer, yeah, it's been a couple of years, but you know, I'm the friends, so it's kind of a good cycle that I think people can, you know, use books for what they need them for, and then put them back into the system for somebody else to use.
The first time I came to the sale here, there was on Friday night, which is the first night we have the sale, there was a string of people all the way around the community, the old community center, lined up, all excited. When I got in there, I thought I died and gone to heaven. It's just, you know, it's like a candy shop, those book sales. They're the best deal than anybody could get, because even if you were to order the same book on Amazon, you'd have to pay more for the book, for starters, and then you'd have to pay an average of $4 postage for each book. And at our sale, you can just walk out and you paid, say, $1 or $2. And so after I'd been going to the book sale for about a year, I thought, well, this is so nice, I want to help.
Several ways. You could go online to our website. You can fill out a card at the front of the library. You can ask somebody who's already a friend of the library. You can ask the librarians.
I just went online, and actually, in my case, I actually met a volunteer because I was dropping off books last fall, and I asked them about the volunteer opportunity. So that's how I initially got involved, and then I went online and filled out a form.
Being in the library, being around librarians, forming relationships with them, knowing what's going on here, there's just many different benefits.
Really good group of people. There's something for everybody in terms of different kinds of jobs and stuff. A very supportive environment. You know, people really kind of help each other out.